In this video, we'll demonstrate the process of completing the initial setup. Before we jump into the setup, there are a few important things to keep in mind. Please do not perform the following actions during product formatting or booting. Please be sure not to forcibly cut off the power, such as unplugging the power cable or removing the cradle. Also, please be sure not to remove the SD card. Such actions may cause system errors or prevent settings from being saved properly. To shut down the device safely, all operations should be completed, and use the power switch to turn off before disconnecting the power cable or cradle. If the SD card is being formatted or the device is performing critical internal tasks, the power will shut off only after the process is completed, even if the power switch is turned off. Initial setup is performed when you turn on the device for first time or after a factory reset. Before beginning, make sure the device is completely powered off. If you have a rear or interior camera, connect each camera's cable at this stage. If you don't connect rear or interior camera at this stage, even if you have, the option to configure the usage of the specific camera will not appear during the initial setup. If you don't have a rear or interior camera, you can simply skip this step. If you connect the rear or interior camera after completing the initial setup, you will need to configure the settings later and go through the SD card formatting and rebooting process. Next, while the device remains powered off, insert your SD card. When inserting the SD card, make sure the metal contacts are facing toward the S1's LCD and push the card in until you hear a click sound. If you want to remove the SD card later, simply press it again until you hear a click sound, and it will be released. Once the SD card has been inserted, turn on the power. Let's take a closer look at what each button does specifically during initial setup. Check the manual image below to see what each button does. As you go through the initial setup, you will be configuring these settings. First, let's start by setting the language. Press Next, then use the up or down button to select your preferred language. Press Confirm button to apply the setting. Second, press Next and select the preferred time format. The date will be automatically set based on our built-in GPS. The setting will be automatically applied to the live view on device and the data stamp of the saved videos. Third, set the time zone for your current location and make sure to check which time zone your area falls under, then select it accordingly. It will be automatically applied to the live view on device and the data stamp of the saved videos. Fourth, press Next to set the system frequency that matches your country. Setting the adequate frequency can minimize flickers of the footage. In case of United States, it's 60 Hz NTSC. If you're not sure which frequency is used in your country, you may easily find the information by searching online. Fifth and sixth, if you don't have a rear or interior camera, this step will be automatically skipped, so there is no need to worry. If you have connected a rear or interior camera, please choose whether you want to use those cameras. Select On to use them, or Off if you don't want to. You can change whether or not to use those cameras later, so there's no need to worry. Seventh, press Next and set the desired resolution and frame rate from the available options. The letters in parentheses indicate the camera type. F stands for front, R for rear, and I for interior. Depending on whether your rear or interior camera is connected, the available resolution and frame rate settings will be displayed differently. In each option, the word Off after a resolution means that the corresponding camera will be disabled in that configuration. For example, if you select QHD 60p for front, QHD Off for rear, and FHD for interior camera, the rear camera will be disabled, the front camera will operate at QHD 60p, and the interior camera will operate at FHD 30p. Also, if a frame rate is not specified after the resolution, it means the frame rate is 30p. Please keep this in mind. Here are some quick note. If the resolution and frame rate in the initial settings are set to QHD 60 fps, HDR and infinite plate capture cannot be activated, and video enhancing mode will automatically be set to normal. For more stable nighttime image quality, VUEROID recommends using 30 frames per second. Furthermore, to save memory capacity, The frame rate is adjusted to 30 frames per second when the device is in parking mode, even if you set the frame rate to 60 frames per second. 8th, press Next and choose your preferred bitrate option from low to high. The higher the bitrate, the better the video quality. But keep in mind that it also increases file size so that the total recording time may be reduced. In contrast, the lower the bitrate, the lower the video quality, but it uses less storage, which allows for longer recording time. 9th, press Next and decide how much storage space should be allocated to each recording mode. To enhance your understanding, we'll provide more detailed view of the on-screen menu. Select the memory allocation option that best suits your needs. 10th, if you are using an interior camera, please choose whether you want the interior camera to record while the device is in parking mode. If you select On, the interior camera will record in Full HD 30p during parking mode. If you select Off, the interior camera will not record during parking mode. If you don't have an interior camera connected, this setup step will be automatically skipped, so there is no need to worry. Once all done, your SD card will be formatted.
SD card formatting.
Please wait until the device restarts after the formatting is complete.
System restarts. Dashcam's power.
All done. Now you're ready to use.